with that said, we got Lindsay Starr with Artistic Isle.
Okay. Good morning. I'm so glad all of you guys are here. Welcome. I make handmade watercolor, and I will be opening an art supply shop in downtown. So I'm actually neighbors with Stephanie. So I'm 120 East 6th, and she is
201.
201. So we're catty corner, which is awesome. So, okay. So first slide, second slide, that one. So I was actually born in Missouri. My mom moved us out to Colorado, age 6 to 14. And then we moved back. So I graduated from Warsaw State Fair, UCM. And then after I was done in downtown Kansas City, I said, hey, I'm just going to move to Hawaii. Let's go do this. So that's kind of where I started my watercolor journey and being an artist. And after we were in Hawaii for a bit, we moved to Georgia for 5 years and then came back home. So yeah, it's a little backstory. So I started making watercolor just after we got to Georgia commercially. And I had met a family in Hawaii, and he's like, yeah, I make my own paint. I'm like, you make your own paint? Who does that? That is so cool. And so that's where my research journey began back in about 2015 for making watercolor paint. And then it just grew. It kind of took off. I ship it all over the world. I've shipped to Thessalonica, Greece, Ireland, India. I just shipped to Chechnya last week. I ship to Germany almost on a weekly basis. This is professional grade watercolor. It is used by professional artists all over the world and novices, hobbyists, whatever you like. You actually have a gift bag that has watercolor in it. So some little goodies for you. So why Sedalia? I'm from here. I believe that downtown is going to be the next up and coming place. And so if you're a small business, that's where you want to be. And I'm going to do 4 Saturdays. So if you know any makers that would be interested in that, I'll start that in the spring so that we can kind of bring more people into Sedalia and downtown. And this is what you can do to help. It's on your gift bags. So if you didn't get one, there are 30, and I know there's not 30 people in this room. Oh yeah, and one of you lucky awesome people, underneath your chair, there's a sticker that says prepare to have a happy dance. So if all of you look under your chairs, if you have the fun sticker, you get a really awesome big watercolor prize. And I think it's at that table there under your chair. It's under your chair, the sticker. I think it's under your chair. Or the chair next to you. But if you find the sticker, you get the door prize. Yep, it's under your chair.
I got
Yep.
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better see.
This is prepare to do a happy dance. My dad always said if the person giving the speech was giving out $100 bills, you'd want to be in the front row. So that's why you always sit in the front row, people. Okay, any questions?
I have gotten to know Lindsay, and she knows a lot about business and promoting through social media, and anybody that wants to learn more on that could learn a lot from her. I would like you to share with them a little bit about what your morning routine is and how you work your business, because it is impressive and it is really hard to be consistent. That's what we all struggle with, I think, as business owners, posting consistently online, and she has got it down, and she has, what, 30,000 followers?
26.
On Instagram, which is pretty impressive for doing that all by yourself. So share a little bit about what your morning routine is and what do you do to make the paint, so people really know. Because if they haven't been to your Instagram, they probably haven't seen the paint.
Can we
the
pull up
videos.
my Instagram?
Yeah.
It's artisticisle.watercolor.
Yes.
Okay. So usually every morning I go downstairs and I make paint. Because if you're always making a color every day, then you always have stock. But if you're a small business, I don't know if you've heard it, but there's one that says everything is content. The little tagline, everything is content, everything is content, everything is content. And so, so you want to put all of your content every day. You want to put your content up. And so I had an influencer that I sent paint to, so I did a side-by-side with hers yesterday. And so I painted trees and so did she. But the snowflake palette's out of stock, but the bow palette isn't, the ribbon palette. And so I wanted to showcase those side by side.
Do you mind putting on?
Sure?
This one?
Yeah, it's only like 30 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, bummer. No worries. They can check it out on their phones. I'm sure you all have it. So,
Pull your phone out. Follow her.
yes, that would be great. If you feel like following, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to comment. That is like the biggest problem most people have. Nobody comments.
Yes.
Nobody comments on your
People
stuff.
watch that.
You're like, but hey, I'm here. So, but yeah, if you just post at least once a day, right now the algorithm likes you better if you post 3 times a day. And so that's a full-time job. So quite a full-time job to do social media. But I've been doing it for a long time. I've had this account since 2015, at least. So I just grew with the platform, but TikTok is beginning to get more traction. So that's kind of where it's at right now. But I've been trying to consistently do it every single day. It's important to just get out there, because if you're not out there, nobody can see you. So, yeah.
Who is one of the most known artists that you've sold to or sent to?
Stephanie Pune Min Law. So if you pulled up Stephanie Law's page,
On Instagram? Or just
yep,
Stephanie?
yep. So Stephanie Law has written several artist books, watercolor how-to. She teaches it on her Patreon. She has a huge YouTube channel. She's over 150,000 followers. She's a good person to partner with. I think her handle's like SPM Law. Yeah, SPM Law, that one right there. But it helps to collaborate with other people. It's really important to do that. So this is Stephanie's. She uses a lot of my metallics. Especially Lumos. It's a white gold that can be glazed over things, or you can use it on your own. But yeah, she's really awesome.
Any questions for Lindsay?
Yes.
Do you schedule your posts? Like, do you sit down one day and think of like, just do it sporadic or
Off the cuff,
spontaneously?
every day.
Wow.
I don't schedule them because I feel like it doesn't feel authentic to me, and that's a lot of planning in advance. So
That's the artistic answer.
exactly, so artistic answer. Yes, ma'am.
So have you thought about doing like starter classes for the non-artistic people?
Yes, absolutely.
Like me?
So I was thinking either Fridays or Saturday mornings at 10. I would do watercolor classes either on Fridays, and then on Saturdays I have silk screen transfers so that you can make signs or tags or whatever. And so I would do a chalk couture class on Saturdays. So, or flip them one way or the other. But they're both really easy things that I can have kits ready for, and people can come in, paint, do 1 to 2 hours, and then you're good to go. So, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm the director of New Growth, so I know a little bit about your business.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, and so I know that you've transitioned to being brick and mortar. So tell us a little bit about your plans with your new brick and mortar location and how you're really going to leverage having a brick and mortar space.
Okay, so one of my ideas was to have Fresh Paint Fridays because I would like to do like a little mulling demonstration showing essentially how I make paint. Obviously, I won't do all the ingredients and make it out like cookies, but I still wanted to do something like that one day a week, just so that people could take home fresh paint with them. I wanted to do some make and takes. The biggest thing that I deeply want to do is the Force Saturdays, just to bring other businesses, get everybody kind of collaborating together and bring the food trucks and just have a good Saturday, you know. The Maui Swap Meet used to operate from 7 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon, and you paid your $50 or $60, and you got there at 7 a.m., and if you didn't leave by 2, they charged you another $50. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you're not out of there by 2 o'clock, you got to pay me more money. So those are some of the things that I want to do. I just wanted to put everything in one spot. It's because right now I have my office upstairs and everything else is downstairs, and I still have a lot of things in boxes, and I'm like, I need some more space. So yeah. Yes, ma'am.
When you have a Target start date, when you actually open.
So I have January 6th as my target date for grand opening. It is also on your bags. We're still working on those things. We've all been sick the last 2 weeks, and my husband is like Stephanie's husband. My husband is really very, very helpful. He's a handyman, and he can do all kinds of things, and floors and refinishing furniture and helping with the fixtures. And he's definitely been out of commission for a good week now. So we just need to all get better so that we can get this done. So I kind of need a handyman at the moment because I'm like, is there somebody that's well and can do stuff? I just need you to do stuff. I've got like this much left of the floor, like a kick plate and like my closet in the back of the building. And that's it. And I'm like, come on now. So yeah. We'll get there. So target is January 6th. Good Lord willing. Anybody else? Thoughts, questions? Yes, ma'am.
I was just curious, I've never lived in Sedalia, I just moved here. Is there a strong artist community here to support you? And I moved from Portland, Oregon, where there is a giant artist community, and they have, like, artist fairs.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something similar to what they had in Maui that you're talking about, or is that something that?
The Maui Swap Meet had everybody. There was a lot of artists and things like that there too. I just loved it because I could go every Saturday, get up early, and leave early. Mm-hmm. You know, because sometimes certain events are too long. I do know that there's something called Nobo here. I have not really looked into it much. I think they're every other month. I just kind of want to bring some consistency. Okay. And so that's why I want to do the 4 Saturdays every month. You know, maybe eventually I can do it every Saturday possibly, but.
And what are the details of that exactly? I don't think I have a picture in my mind.
So I figured I should have at least enough room for 15 10 by 10 spots on the lawn. I haven't technically measured it out yet, but we should have enough space for that. And then, of course, there's a lot of parking. Where my building is, that's where the parking for downtown is. There's a whole bunch of it.
And that's like a tent pop-up, like they would set up a booth, basically?
Yes.
And sell wares?
Yes.
Okay.
And in January or whenever I open, I'll have kind of a sign-up list. Once you pay, you've reserved your spot for this date kind of thing. Okay. So, yeah. I wouldn't say that we have a huge artist community, but we definitely have an artist community. And there's also like the Strawberry Swing KC, and they do events all around the state of Missouri. And they do Powell Gardens, they do stuff in Kansas City for art stuff too.
Are you, you're an artist yourself, obviously, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I started. That's what I started with. Then I'm like, art supplies. If I just sell the supplies to all the people, you know, kind of like the gold rush, the person that sold the pans and the pickaxes, you know. I'm that person. Yes.
Somehow if you could coordinate what you're wanting to do with what the Sedalia Visual Arts Association does every other month out at the State Fair. Put you, what's his name? Darren Freed. He is
Okay.
not regularly scheduled art walk.
Hey, if you have his personal number or information, feel free to send him my way.
But bring all that under one umbrella somehow, you know?
Well, as far as umbrellas, just to let you know, I can't speak for the promotion committee group, but we've got a group that's gonna be under Sedalia Main Streets. And, under promotion, there's going to be first Thursdays, from 5:30 to 8:30 downtown. And we're going to be doing a artist invitation, similar to Do Believe We Summit. We'll put a call out to artists, and the business owners will be able to kind of get an idea of who they'd like to invite into their building that night.
Oh,
And they'll
okay.
do a display, so that'll be first Thursdays, hopefully from April to October. No is actually going to wrap up in February with their arts thing. Basically, that was Dutch in that group, and they just wanted to kind of have some kind of events to kind of get our artistic groups here in town involved with the area. So that's where No came in, is north of Broadway. But now that we've got the Sedalia Main Streets up and getting the wheels under the bus, he's going to have us go ahead and get started on that. So we'll have some downtown avant-garde stuff, food trucks, and that'll be the first Thursday. So
That's nice.
Cool.
do your Saturdays, but once you do Thursdays too.
Deal. I love it. I
But yeah,
love it.
there are two groups, the Novaro group, and a lot of them also participate in the Sedalia Visual Arts group too. So if you want to see Sedalia Visual Arts stuff right now in City Hall, every quarter they switch out their art that's in our lobby area. So they are very, very active.
And are you saying No Grow?
No Grow, north of Broadway is how they came up with the name. No Grow.
Okay, yeah, see, I haven't
Yeah.
like met with them or done any of that stuff yet either, and so I'm like, I know they exist, I just, again, let's bring
Is there
some
a Facebook page for
consistency.
them? No.
No Grow, yes,
Yeah,
there is a page for them right now, and if you do Downtown Sedalia Alliance, that's gonna get a name change, but that's the downtown group that's just got done doing the cookie crawl, that kind of stuff, so
Okay.
we're, like I said, the bus is still just rolling,
Nice.
but, we got, like a 10-member on promotion that is just excited about to get started to do stuff, so you'll see more. It's thrilling and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot.
That's the thrilling part.
There are a lot of wonderful artists around this area, and, yeah.
Great.
And
Yes, sir.
this isn't really a question, but I'm the director of the Dog Museum, and I'm very interested in the conversation that you're trying to have about unifying these and creating new artistic focused events. And I'm also interested in the idea of the market idea, where it maybe has not only artists, but also that it have different types of wares. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I've experienced that kind of thing before, and it's pretty exciting to see like antiques and partnership with handmade artists and stuff.
Yeah, I like that is definitely what I want to do. I'm like, we need a maker's market. It is so important to have that. And I don't believe Sedalia has one. I mean, there's stuff out at the state fair, but I want to bring it to downtown
Yeah.
where all the little tiny shops are,
yeah.
all those fun things, so that the people that do come to the maker's market, they can go over to Canvas Sweets and they can eat at the cafe or go to her boutique, or they can go to this nice lady's shop, or they can go over to Paula's and eat, you know, something like that. Paula's gonna have a bed and breakfast down there too, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's really how much new things are coming in to complement downtown, you know, with the stuff that's already there. It's just like, everything just like, you talk about pop-ups.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
like,
fun.
oh, here's another one, so.
Oh yeah, we
I
got
have one
another
more question.
deal.
Have you seen where artists market in local coffee shops, or basically you are decorating the shop with your art, and it's for marketing. So they get free art for their shop, and you're selling in their shop, and it markets your
If it was
artistry
me,
and your paint.
if it was me, I would, if I was an artist and I wanted to get my art into a shop, because Stephanie just opened Canvas Suites, I would start talking to salon owners.
Right,
Because
that's a good idea too.
the salon owners are going to need stuff to put on their walls. And that would be a good collaboration
That
to
would.
speak to them. If they desire art on their wall, you know, consignment wise.
Right.
I will be putting some in my shop and I will be doing artist collaborations. It'll probably be an 80-20 split, 80 for the artist, 20 for me.
Good.
So, to hang.
Cool.
So, yeah. Good question, because that is something that I left out.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition to the handmade watercolor paint that you're going to sell, are you going to also carry other watercolor supplies such as the papers, brushes, palettes? So it can be a one-stop, you know, anybody who does watercolor can come in and get everything that they need to start
Yes.
creating.
I actually have some kits already. The gift that she has a ceramic palette. Our ceramic palettes are handmade here in Sedalia now, thanks to the art room. So I do have seasonal palettes that I'm going to be loading more to the website, but I do have like another 40 more. So I have the tree, a stocking, a candle, and an angel. So, but ceramic is the best for mixing with watercolor. You won't catch me carrying plastic unless it's holding the watercolor. So you don't mix on plastic. Don't mix on plastic. Just don't, trust me. So, but yes, I intend to have additional art supplies. I want to partner with Zebra pens. I like their fine liners. Faber-Castell. There's a few other big name brands that I'd like to carry. I probably won't carry anybody else's cakes just because I don't need to be outshined. But, but otherwise, I will carry some inks, brushes, all kinds of things. Ooh, there's a really cool lady that I met over the weekend. There was a first craft fair at the Heck Art Community Center, and she makes these great bags, and you can put your pens and everything in them, and it was so cool. She did it as a kid's bag with crayons in it and a coloring book. But I was like, oh no, we need this as an artist bag. Put your sketchbook in, you got all the spots for the brushes and whatnot. So I'm gonna carry her stuff too. But she's gonna make me a more calm design because she had a bunch of children's designs and unicorns and stuff. And not that I have anything against unicorns, but most adults don't carry around a unicorn handbag. So, but yes. Any other? Yes, ma'am.
You know, I think one of the things you have to offer to the artist community beyond what you already offer is really telling that Instagram story and really sharing that. You know, we operate a women's business center, so we counsel small businesses all over the region and rural businesses, and that's one of the hardest things I think to teach and to get across to businesses is how to grow their business online.
You have to do it every single day, just like you do the rest of your business. If you're making products, you're actually doing something for your business. So you need to post it online. Hey, I just made a new color. You should check it out. Hey, guess what? It's going to release in 2 weeks. Half pans take time to dry, so it's going to be 2 weeks. Unless you want it in a cap, I can have that ready Friday. So, you know, but you have to tell people, like, do it every day. Oh, you did something. Oh, you paid a bill. Okay, well, what was the bill for? Oh, thank you so much, Evergy, for providing my lights. Hey, look at my cool lights. I don't know, just post something.
You're obviously good at that.
Hey, you never know which one's going to go viral.
That's very true.
I have not had coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I drink water. All the time. I wake up this way. I have 2 kids. Isabel's a year old. Annabelle's 5. So they keep me pretty busy too. So I'm not single. I'm married.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I still like him. We've been married almost 10 years.
That's success.
It is. It really is these days.
Okay, anybody anybody have any other questions for Lindsay? No? Okay, let's give her a hand. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thanks, guys. Take a gift bag.